September has a brutal reputation as the most bearish month in markets, and crypto is no exception. Historically, this is when weak hands get shaken out and hype projects start to bleed. But every downturn hides opportunity, the kind that sets up explosive runs once the tides turn. That's why today we're digging into 5 plays that could not only survive September's storm, but could come out stronger on the other side. From cutting edge tech to a meme that refuses to die, this list, it has it covered. You're now entering the crux of crypto. Hey guys, Crux here. Welcome to the ultimate pit stop for Web3 wisdom. Smash that like for Pup Tux, who said if this video gets 1,000 likes, he's launching his own meme coin. First up, we got Solana with the Alpenglow consensus upgrade. This is no small tweak to scaling, making Solana feel less like a blockchain and more like Mario Kart with rocket boosters. Right now, Alpenglow is in the hands of the Solana validators, and the voting should end around the time this video drops. At least 1/3 of the validators need to be on board for it to pass. If it goes through, Solana will swap out its old consensus system for a faster one called Voter and Rotor, cutting confirmation times from around 13 seconds to just 150 milliseconds. On top of that, it builds in extra security so the network can stay strong even if some of the validators go offline or act maliciously. You see, giants like Galaxy, Multicoin, and Jump are teaming up to raise a massive $1 billion Solana treasury, with Cantor Fitzgerald playing the lead banker. Plus, Pantera Capital just announced it's gearing up to throw in $1.25 billion into Solana. Add in the growing ETF optimism swirling around Solana, and you've got a recipe for some serious upside potential this month. Make no mistake, Solana is quickly becoming the favorite chain for institutions looking to make their mark. And if Solana is built for traders, Ondo is built for Wall Street. Ondo Global Markets just dropped earlier this week, and it's bridging traditional finance into crypto. Ondo Global Markets is tokenizing real US securities, stocks, bonds, and ETFs directly onto the blockchain. Global investors can get on-chain exposure to names like Apple and Tesla with 24/7 settlement. These tokens are fully backed and come with institutional grade custody, making the process completely safe. Best of all, they can plug straight into DeFi, letting you borrow, lend, or trade your own shares so you never have to sell. But don't forget to unstake before the next Fed meeting, because things are about to get bumpy. Even JP Morgan turned to Ondo Finance for a cross-chain settlement pilot, testing how their banking rails hold up when plugged into blockchain infrastructure. Because if your system can survive crypto transactions, it can probably survive everything, even the Monday at the DMV. Because here's the kicker. Once these tokenized assets start circulating, imagine being able to drop them straight into DeFi. Suddenly, your Apple stock isn't just an investment, it is collateral. This DeFi giant will turn Ondo's and Solana's tokenized assets into yield-bearing machines. Late in the bull run, rational investing goes out the window. People borrow against their crypto, not to pay their own bills, but to put into more crypto. It's the definition of degen, and it's always wild to watch as we near what could be another blow off top. Aave isn't just massive, it's the biggest app in all of crypto, plugged into all the hottest chains. And as Ethereum and Solana push us into the next leg of this bull run, Aave is the fuel to keep the momentum alive. Just last week, Aave rolled out its Horizon Market, an institutional market where approved players can borrow stablecoins against tokenized real-world assets like US Treasuries and money market funds. Pair that with crypto alliances from Ripple to Chainlink, plus heavyweight institutional partners like Securitize and Centrifuge, and Aave suddenly has the momentum to claw its way back into the top 20. But if Aave fuels the institutions, Dogecoin fuels the culture. And if you've watched enough bull markets, you'll know exactly how blow-off tops and meme coins go hand in hand. That's why Doge is my fourth pick. This cycle, it's already swung from as low as 5 cents to as high as 45 cents, delivering a 9x move. For context, most large caps from Ethereum to Chainlink have barely managed to 6x, with only XRP and Solana edging out Doge's performance. They say a dog is man's best friend. Well, in crypto, Dogecoin is the bull's best friend. Now, DogeOS is bucking the script on Dogecoin, turning it into a developer platform for DeFi, NFTs, AI, and more. This is a proposed zero-knowledge proof upgrade that could unlock rollups and cross-chain applications. And the timing couldn't be any better. Dogecoin is already accepted at over 3,000 merchants, and X is starting to push deeper into licensed crypto payments. Also, BitOrigin just announced a $500 million Dogecoin treasury as one of the first institutional frameworks for Doge. Doge OS and X payments eyeing for launches as early as this month. Don't be surprised when the world's richest man starts stirring the pot. When Elon's lawyer starts securing real capital, you know Doge has already hit escape velocity and there's no turning back. Now, you know who isn't the world's richest man? Crux. But I've been climbing up the ranks with the Gem Hunters. We've got 3 memberships, each one giving you daily live Q&As for real-time answers. Check out the Gem watch list where tomorrow's winners show up today. Or our VIP trading group. It has over 470 traders still locking in gains even when the markets dip. Shout out Jay Rouse for pulling in $7,500 off of a trade call given by one of our trading experts. Our academy has been setting up people for success. Your crash course in mastering research, trading, and even one-on-one portfolio audits. I've already helped out over 180 members, walking them through exactly how I approach the markets, what I would look for in their shoes, and how I would personally manage the risk. It's not financial advice, just the exact playbook I use to win in these markets. More details in the description below. All right, let's get back to my last pick. This gem is programmed to send. Keeta just locked in its mainnet for September, and after a short pullback sparked by Google unveiling its own universal ledger, this looks like a prime entry point. For context, Google announced they're rolling out their own Layer 1 to rival players like Circle and Stripe, stifling the speculation that Keeta had been their chosen prodigy all along. On the day of the announcement, Keeta's founder Ty jumped on X for a Q&A, and I personally fired off some questions. The more he answered, the more confident I became that being part of this community is the right move. Last week, I dropped a full deep dive on Keeta, so if you missed it, I'll leave a link for you shortly to check it out. This DAG built on Google's Spanner infrastructure is the real deal. And while the partnerships haven't been revealed yet, the rumors are pointing to some of the biggest names in the game. For a project still sitting under $500 million market cap, this one looks like a gem worth digging into. Not financial advice, just me sharing where I see some serious upside potential. Let me finish quick with a take on September, because I get asked this all the time. Is this time different? And honestly, it has been so far. We've seen Bitcoin set a new all-time high before the halving, ETFs finally get the green light, and even US Treasuries are raising funds through crypto rails, so your concerns are valid. But remember, September has always been the market's toughest month. And with the Fed rate decision, plus the M2 signaling a dump at the end of the month, caution makes sense. Still, history shows October and November are 2 of the strongest months in all of crypto. Which is why for me, it's worth holding tight and riding out the storm. Thanks for sticking with me until the end. Now, I want to hear from you. Are you going to be adding these picks to your bags, or are you going to be getting out before the storm? Drop your take in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe, hit me with the follow on X, and join our free Discord server. Catch me live. I'm still in my first month of streaming, going live every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. As promised, I dropped a deep dive on Keeta video earlier last week, my #1 asymmetric play in all of crypto. And set up your alerts now, because next week I'll be dropping another viral versus video on Keeta versus GCUL. Check out my deep dive into Keeta right here. I know you'll enjoy it. And while you're at it, here's another video you don't want to miss. Click one of these to dive deeper into the crux of crypto.